Hey guys, welcome back to Mad About Skin. The new year is upon us, which means a whole new set of skincare trends seem to have hit the market. Every year we see the same thing. Skincare trends come and they go as quickly as they arrived. And in most cases, these trends add nothing to our skincare lives and results. However, every so often, a little hidden gem of a trend appears that I can totally get on board with. And that's definitely the case with peptide flooding. You're going to hear a lot about this in 2026. And the good thing is, a lot of us might already be doing it. But if you're not, it can be a great way of elevating your anti-aging results without actually needing to break the bank. The key thing is to do it strategically, choosing the right products and using them in the right way. And that's really what I'm going to share with you in today's video. This is a trend I think we can all get on board with. So sit back, relax, let's talk peptide flooding. Now, in today's video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts, feelings, and opinions on this. But fortunately, I think a lot of you guys might already be doing it. And if you are, I want to know what results you've got. So sound off in the comment section below. I've actually been peptide flooding for the past 12 months without actually knowing what it was called. This is always something I can feel quite smug about because I like to be ahead of the curve. It's very rare, but sometimes I'm trendy without even knowing it. And that's definitely the case with this one. So if you've already used peptides in this way, let me know down in the comment section below and share with me your peptide serum recommendations. What products would you sing the praises of and share with the Mad About Skin community? I would love to hear from you. If you enjoy this style of video, which as always isn't sponsored and isn't in paid partnership, then just a very quick ask from you guys to reach down and give the video a big thumbs up and a like. This honestly is the best way of supporting me as a content creator because I don't do sponsorships, I don't do paid partnerships, I turn down that coin, and so just liking the video really just helps spread it to a wider network, which just means as many people as possible can discover our fabulous Mad About Skin family, and that means genuinely so much to me. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So, peptide flooding. Obviously, it has an eye-catching name, which is going to mean a lot of people it piques the interest of a lot of people and grabs their attention. This is something that's going viral at the moment on other social media platforms, but expect it to hit here on YouTube soon. So this video is designed to kind of get ahead of that curve, talk about it all. Now, peptide flooding at its most basic level is just using multiple peptide serums back to back. Now, this isn't something I would usually recommend with most ingredients because you end up with a lot of crossover, and using too much of anything in skincare can lead to sensitivity, irritation, and side effects. However, when it comes to peptides, they're probably the most forgiving of all the skincare ingredients. They actually layer really well on top of one another, and it's actually quite hard to overdo peptides. You can use multiple ones in your skincare routine and actually layer the additional benefits, and this is something that I've been doing for quite some time. I think the key thing here, though, is to do it strategically, which is why I wanted to film this video, because I see a lot of people kind of doing it incorrectly or maybe not in the most cost-effective way. And in 2026, I want us all to get maximum bang for our skincare buck, hence the video today. So really, all you'll need to do this is 3 peptide serums. I'm going to talk about the different ones you can use and some options that you might want to consider for each step. And you use them back to back in your skincare routine. The idea behind this is different peptides will deliver different benefits. And by layering multiple ones, you kind of harness all of those benefits together. Peptides also work best when used on damp skin. So if you use your first peptide to almost dampen the skin, use another one in order to maximize the penetration and the effectiveness of it, then you use a third one on top. This just gives you the maximum results you see. Key thing is to use different peptides though in order to maximize the benefits, and that's really what I'm going to share with you now, and I've got a little hack that's going to elevate it further. So in order to get the best results from this, which should be plumper skin, you should get increased anti-aging benefits in terms of the minimizing of fine lines and wrinkles, and a good dose of hydration. That's really what we're aiming. You're going to need 3 products. So first and foremost, start out with an argireline solution. Now, The Ordinary do what is often termed like the OG, the original argireline, but there are not lots of other options on the market now. But you need a standalone argireline solution. I'm using the Ordinary one because I find that this is the most cost effective, it's the easiest, and it's also the most simplistic formulation. You really want these products that you choose to focus down on peptides, not have a load of other additional actives in them, because that's when you could start seeing sensitivity and irritation. So kind of go simplistic, just focus down on products that really just use those peptides to maximum effect. So the order is argireline, and you want to dab this on the areas where you need it. So this is what really delivers that dynamic fine line and wrinkle reduction. Talking about the crow's feet, the laughter lines, and the 11s. Dab a good dose of this on those areas and wait sort of like 20 seconds for it to sink in and do its work. Then you're going to want to go in with a comprehensive peptide serum. So when I say comprehensive, I mean one that has multiple different peptides in. There are loads on the market. In fact, most peptides now fit this brief. A couple of my favorites though are this. This is the CosRx, the 6 peptide skin booster. You get a lot of product with this, which is what I love. Super inexpensive, and that's key. You don't want to break the bank with this one, so just go for a super inexpensive one. I love the Geek and Gorgeous Power Peptides. This is a fantastic option, again, for just drenching the skin and really delivering maximum benefit. Or you could go in with the Numbuzzin PDRN toner. This I love, and this is one that I tend to use the most. I actually decant it into a spray bottle. This is just a spray bottle from another brand that I enjoy. And this is where I think you can be a bit crafty with your peptide flooding. If you want to mix it up a little bit and don't just want to have, product after product after product, you want something a little different. You could actually use a peptide toner in this step, like the Numbuzzin PDRN one, and put it in a mist. That way you can spritz the skin and you're getting different textures, different applications, just to make it a little bit interesting. You don't have to do that. You could use any serum in this step, but the key is multi-peptides. The CosRx one has 6 different peptides in, each one delivering a different benefit. The Geek and Gorgeous one has 4 different peptides in really good concentrations, again, each delivering a benefit. And the Numbuzzin one has 50 different peptides. What we're talking about here is multi-peptide formulas that are really going to harness multiple benefits for your routine. Dab those on, and this is where I think the flooding element comes in. You're going to want to use a lot of these products. Now, traditionally for a serum application, I'll use 1 pump, maybe 1.5 if I'm feeling a bit lavish. For this, you really want to use multiple different pumps. So I probably put 4 of the CosRx one on, really get it down and press it into the skin. Press that in, and it'll almost feel wet when you first apply it, but it'll sink in. That's where that flooding element comes in, and that's really where you're gonna get the maximum plumping, the maximum hydration, and the maximum benefit. Allow it to sink in, but don't let it get completely dry before you then go in with a copper peptide, and that's the 3rd step. If you were to say decant a toner into a bottle for this 2nd step, I'd use maybe 2 or 3 spritzes of this. Actually really pack those peptides on, then let it sink in. All of the formulations I've mentioned today will sink in like that, so they won't feel greasy, sticky, or too heavy on the skin. And then you go in with your copper peptide. So for this, I'm going in with this from my own brand. This is the Mad About Skin Copper Peptide Serum. Again, I would go for an affordable copper peptide because, again, you're going to want to use a decent amount of this, and this is really going to be most cost effective when you go for something that's inexpensive. Look for products that cost under £20, $20, because that's really where you're going to get great results but be able to use enough to really maximize the outcomes. This was super inexpensive. It's currently on 3 for 2 for another 2 days, or I've just left a standard discount code for 25% off. So whether you put 3 in your basket and then when you check out you'll only pay for 2, or you just use the discount code, it's up to you. But this just brings the cost down even further and is one of the most cost-effective copper peptides you'll find. This way, you're going to get that copper peptide action on top of all of those other peptides. And those other peptides are actually going to help transport the copper peptides into the skin, help them penetrate to where they need to be to deliver those pro-collagen benefits. And so you're actually going to get much more anti-aging results from your copper peptides as a result of using them 3rd in this 3-step process. That's it. That is peptide flooding in a nutshell. Use the correct products. Start with a single peptide argireline, follow with a multi-peptide serum, and end with a copper peptide. Use more than you would traditionally use in terms of the quantity to really get that on. Don't forget the neck, don't forget the ears. Make sure you're really covering the skin with your peptides. And when you're done, just follow on with your skincare routine like you normally would. Don't do anything else different. Just follow on with the other serums. Do this straight after cleansing. Follow on afterwards with the rest of your routine, and you will, trust me, I did it this morning, you will have the plumpest, juiciest, glowiest skin of your dreams. And in the long term, you'll get far greater anti-aging benefits. I cannot sing the praises of this enough. It's nice to see a trend actually hit that delivers. I'm fed up of all the garbage trends that have come and gone. This is a trend that I can definitely get on board with. Now, full disclosure, do you need to do this? Absolutely not. If you're happy with the results you're getting and you want to still use your peptides, just you pick one serum, use it sparingly, that's fine. Use what works for you. But if you want to really get that extra hydration, you want to dose up on that plumpness and volume and get maximum anti-aging, I think peptide flooding is actually one that we can all get on board with. The products you choose are key, and I've left some other alternatives. Whilst I use this one for the copper peptide, I have left some other alternatives you might want to consider down in the description box. And yeah, it's that 3-step process done with precision and with thought. If you choose the right products, you won't break the bank, you'll get elevated results, and I love a trend that actually delivers. So there you have it, peptide flooding. What do you think? If you're fully on board with this, maybe you're already doing it. I've been doing this without knowing what it was called for the past 12 months. If you're already on board with this, let me know by reaching down into the comments and leaving like the drip, the water droplet emoji for drenching, flooding. Let me know down in the comment section by leaving that water droplet emoji. And that way we can see how many people are going to give this a try. If you're already doing it, let me know. I am Team Peptide all the way, cannot get enough, and this is just a great way of elevating your routine. Wherever you are in the world, guys, I hope you're having a happy, healthy, and prosperous start to 2026, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.